right, stop. It's hammer time. No, 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 no. That's my best MC Hammer dance. Anyway, Jason McCullough is here to help you with home improvement tips in this edition of Hammer Time. He is giving us an indoor whiteout with paint. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Denise.
So I'm interested in talking about this whiteout, but first I have to get an update on your paint-a-thon. Applications still being accepted?
Always, yeah. We're looking for volunteers. We're looking for more clients, folks that have a need. We're already about 30 homes in for the year. We've got some big events coming up in August, and it's also our 45th anniversary, so that helps a lot with kind of getting the word out.
If there are seniors watching and they need a fresh coat of paint, should they call?
Yes, give us a call.
Okay.
We're always taking applications. I mean, that, you know, there's a long list, but the more applications we get, that gives us more fire to find more people to get out and do some work.
Okay, let me give out that phone number. It's at the bottom of your screen, 720-339-5864. If you're a senior or you know a senior that can use a fresh coat of paint, please call 720-339-5864. Okay, it's all about the right whites, but I'm thinking when you're painting a room, color will add great stuff to the room.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's true in some ways. I'm a big fan of a feature wall here and there, but really, I mean, if you want to bring out more color, expand, or make the room more comfortable or intimate, white's the way to go. There's so many different variations on that. You can really work with that for your specific room and the way you decorate.
I didn't know there were so many different shades of white.
Yeah.
How do we figure out the right white?
Well, I like to get a bunch of samples and then put them together, and that's why we kind of made this board today. Okay. So we've got some different ones. You've got your chalky, which is a cooler one, your straight cool, and then if they just look normal white, right? Here's a cream, but if you put it next to it, all of a sudden, you see the difference in the whites there. And then if you change, you've got some pretty warm lighting in here, but a lot of folks have the daylight CFLs in their house, and if you put that on, that even changes it further. So it's really about picking the whites, looking at your furniture, your artwork, your knickknacks, and see the kind of color you're going for, and then picking the color of white you want, and then trying it under different lighting situations, because it's really good. White's going to reflect everything. There's no true white. White is a reflection of whatever's around it.
Is there any time, in your opinion, that white just doesn't work?
You know, the man caves aren't big for white, you know, theater rooms, obviously. Anywhere where you want to keep it more subdued and really have a much richer environment. But for the most part, I think, you know, white everywhere, and then decorate as you want to bring that color in.
Okay, you showed us the examples that you brought today to really see the difference of white. Is it smart to test an area before you say, hey, I'm going to pick this white and I'm going to go for it?
I do, and I would even test a larger area, and then, you know, see it at evenings, see it with different bulb choices, different lamps. What are you looking for specifically, the mood of the room? You know, a lot of creams go in bedrooms because it's much more relaxing. Goes with, you know, furnishings and soft linen. Kitchens, they go cooler because it's more modern, expands the space out. So really play with that, but always test an area if you can.
That makes sense. Would you mind holding that light up again? I thought that was so interesting, the difference that you can see.
So there's usually there's soft white or daylight bulbs. Those are the kind of the two big ones everyone purchases at various hardware stores. But that's the kind of lighting difference, and you can see if you take it away, it totally changes the tone of the paint.
Okay, talk about the difference of paint. Like there's flat, there's eggshell, there's satin paint. How do we know which one to use?
Well, I mean, there's some general rules in the trades. Ceilings are usually flat. That's why you buy ceiling paint. Per se. Walls, you can go anywhere. It's whatever you really want. Bathrooms and kitchens are often done a little more, maybe satin to semi-gloss, because they're easier to clean. On a hallway wall, flat eggshell is great, but it's going to show those fingerprints. You know, if you got kiddos running around there, you're going to see that because there's an actual tooth to the paint.
So would you go with satin then?
I'd probably go with a satin or less with small children. I mean, flat's great, but it's a little more upkeep.
Right. That's so true. And trust me, I have two boys. I went through the whole scrub everything down situation.
Yeah, nothing gets crayon off though. I mean, really, you just got to paint right over it.
Unfortunately. What tools of the trades do we need, or the trade? I know we have a paintbrush here.
Absolutely. I always say repair, prepare, right? So repair the wall first. You know, any holes, do some patching there. We've gone over that before. Simple patch and paint for nicks, and then retexture, and then always prime and then paint.
So always prime before you paint?
Especially if you're changing colors. If you're going from like a green or a blue to into another color that's a different tone. You want to prime that first so it doesn't bleed through. If it's a variation of white, you're probably okay. And most paints now come with a paint and primer in one, which is a really good way to save a step.
Answer me this really, really quick. My husband bought white doors, the flat panel doors,
Yeah.
and they're white.
Yes.
But he has to paint over them. Why? He said they're primed. Why do you have to repaint them?
Well, you don't have to. It's a very thin coat of paint on those, the pre-finished. Then they're white, but they will nick easily. And usually if you can spray or do some kind of paint conditioner with that, it'll give that nice factory look still, but it'll be a thicker, more protective surface.
I was just like, paint the dang door and get it up. Hang it. Let's go. All right, learn more about the work that this guy, Jason, does to help others online at brothersredevelopment.org. That's brothersredevelopment.org. You can also call 303-202-6340 with any questions. Now, if you're interested in sending in an application for the upcoming Paint-a-thon, here's the number to call, 720-339-5864. That's 720-339-5864. And just a reminder, what you saw today is not necessarily a service provided under the mission of Brothers Redevelopment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.